What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everyone's doing well, and we're going to dive into some recent news, some good news, and some bad news. We'll also talk about different assets like BitTensor or Tau, which absolutely exploded really in the past about 32 days. In the past month, this thing has gone wick to wick over 500%. And you can see all of Tau's price history on bittensor.exchange. But this is a great example of an asset that was well under $1 billion market cap and exploding to $1.2 billion. All I want for Christmas is to see other assets follow suit. So looking at BitTensor on the daily here on MEXC, you can see we popped into overbought momentum at a high, and we actually did a perfect backtest on 70 yet again before going higher. And in the past month, it has gone over 500% en route to 600%. From $46 to as high as $300 plus. And there's definitely going to be a pullback for Tau at some point, we just don't know where. And when it does retrace 38%, 50%, 78%, people might panic. And to be clear, I'm not saying go out and buy Tau after it just did a 500% or over a 6x move in a single month. What I'm saying is pay attention to generative AI, because last week we did cover Gen AI. There's going to be some very successful AI projects. And these large language models are only going to be getting bigger, and there's going to be a few winners in the space. Tau really could be a winner. I only have a super small position today. I picked it up on MEXC, which is linked in the YouTube video description. And if you guys want to follow some accounts on Twitter that have regularly talked about Tau for a very long time, one of which is Dreadbongo. He's been covering Tau for well over a year and just tons of great information. And same thing for Pointman right here at 10_41. As we can see, a lot of interesting news with Sam Altman not returning to OpenAI. And with an asset like Tau, we don't have years of price history to look at distribution, accumulation, markup, markdown. We really don't have too many comparisons we can make. And of course, there are other AI assets in this space like Fetch AI that have done very well from their last cycle low to its all-time high. It did over a 100x. We're just over 1 billion today, same tokenomics as Bitcoin, which is super interesting. So knowing last cycle, there were some altcoins, just complete speculation, a retail community that reached 30 billion, 50 billion, $70 billion market caps. And what caught my attention back in 2022 was when Matt Hamilton actually did a presentation covering Tau and BitTensor on the BitTensor Hub YouTube channel. So I highly recommend checking this out. The future of AI is decentralized, and this video basically sold me on the importance of it. There's no guarantee that Tau succeeds, but I am super impressed. Okay, first up, before we show two very important clips, this is shared by Altcoin Daily, showing a variety of Bitcoin cycles. So we have 2011, 2014, 2018. So we have 3 cycles of a bear market and distribution selling off, back entering into accumulation, then the Bitcoin halving, and then entering the bull run. So if you're on crypto Twitter or crypto X, whatever you want to call it, we've seen a million different versions of this every single bear market. We can all guess when we're actually going to break out of accumulation and enter this bullish cycle. For not just Bitcoin, but the altcoin market. And one thing is absolutely certain, we are getting closer than ever before. Now we have this clip shared by this gentleman of Raoul Pal, and I want you guys to listen to this. This is a 1-minute clip of the importance of this transfer of wealth. And heads up to any parents watching, if your kids are around, there are a few F-bombs dropped in this clip.
To communicate it, I've gone out a lot to say, don't fuck this up. Buy and hold, don't use leverage, use cold storage, do the right thing, don't get too speculative, don't FOMO. Just don't fuck this up. This is the biggest opportunity we've ever been given. I've said that all the way from 2020 onwards. And in fact, I said it all the way back in 2012. It's the biggest macro trade of all time. Don't fuck this up. And if you're not a crypto person, technology is one of the biggest opportunities we've ever been given, the exponential age. Again, don't fuck this up. Just be careful. Just buy, hold, have a long-term time horizon, and learn how to take pain. And when there is pain, you buy more. Unless something changes the thesis that suddenly we're all going to turn to Neanderthals and nobody's going to use technology ever again, it is going up. It's as simple as that. And unless something changes that we're not breaking the financial system and that the internet has disappeared, we will go to blockchain technology. It's as simple as that. That's all you need to know. Everything else is just fucking noise.
And also listen to this quick clip uploaded by Black Swan Capitalist of the Market Sniper.
If you're trying to hollow them out. So you first inflict immense economic hardship on them so that the necessary bull market that has to happen sees minimal participation by individuals, and the corporatocracy is the primary participants and the originators of the token. So the extreme worldly wealthy, the trillionaires of this world, are not going to allow themselves just to be broken down to 10 million because the debt markets are collapsing and they hold all the debt. They have seeded the new system, and they are the big holders in the new system, and they're going to inflate that as they deflate that. So it'll be directly proportional, and they will be absolutely maintaining and expanding their wealth. And we're going to have a bigger hollowing out of the middle and serfdom as the result. And that's the problem most people facing this crypto bull market will have, is they won't have enough skin in the game. They haven't been making enough cash. They've had spiking interest rates crush them.
So those are just a few interesting perspectives to consider. This bear market has been very different than previous bear markets. I understand anybody that thinks crypto's a scam or it's going to zero, but there will be legitimate projects that rise out of the ashes. And from a time perspective, as we've explained in previous videos, we are seeing no difference in time whatsoever. The last two cycles both took over 1,000 days to break into a new high. So whether you think Bitcoin is going to perform best before the halving in April with the potential of the spot ETF for Bitcoin or Ethereum, or it's actually not going to push into a new high until well after, we're getting very close. Now, a few things to look out for. If you use Bittrex Global, the exchange, they are closing down. The last time I used this exchange was back in 2019 when they actually launched HBAR. So effective on December 4th, all trading activity on Bittrex Global will be disabled. All customers are encouraged to log into their accounts and withdraw assets as soon as possible. And all funds and tokens remain safe and secure on Bittrex and are available for withdrawal at any time. We got this news today from the United States Department of Justice seeking more than $4 billion from Binance to end criminal case against the crypto exchange. We have Panos highlighting XRPL.org, and you can check out the use cases. We can see the XRP Ledger ecosystem has over 1,500 applications and exchanges that are built on the XRPL. And for everybody familiar with the electronic Hong Kong dollar pilot program, we can see Ripple, we have Fubon Bank, and we also have Toko, the tokenization engine. Wrath Economan showing the link on FubonBank.com, just showing the results from the HELOC or home equity line of credit flows, leveraging Ripple's central bank digital currency platform. Now remember, January 15th to the 18th, we have Web3 Hub Davos 2024. So this is in Davos, Switzerland. It used to be called Blockchain Hub, now it's called Web3 Hub. So yesterday I confirmed that Casper will be here in 2024, and we can see the previous event partners. We had Casper, Cardano, Tezos, Alliance Block, Signum, Kraken, Swissborg, which is huge, Citibank. 21 shares. Remember, they have an XRP exchange-traded product with over $50 million in assets under management, and a variety of other crypto funds or exchange-traded products for Ethereum, Cardano, etc. Based in Switzerland, just like Casper, we have PwC, we have SDX, Verizon, EY, one of the big four, and State Street. And State Street is a behemoth, guys, trillions of dollars assets under management. And I'm sure you guys have seen that video of Ralph Kubli of Casper and then State Street side by side talking about Casper, talking about Actis, the standard, and then also capital markets. There are a lot of interesting groups. There's also interesting banks, some of which in Liechtenstein and Switzerland and throughout Europe, and they all have crypto products that they're building. And just for some perspective, the Blockchain Hub Davos last year had over 120 billionaires in attendance, over 50 heads of state, over 40 CEOs of Fortune 500s, and over 200 plus family offices. So I'm hoping we get some exciting developments this year. Next up, we have Blockchain Backer with 2 Bitcoin price charts, one of the past during this recovery before bull run, and Bitcoin today. Looking at previous fractals and patterns we've seen in the past as we're grinding up, and it is very similar to all the way back here when Bitcoin is breaking into 14,000. So this move isn't guaranteed, but this is something we should definitely monitor, and if it does follow or even rhyme, we should see a big impulse this week. Just comparing this creek here right before the breakout, and same thing right there. And provided Bitcoin's weekly RSI is still an overbought at a high, we can get those big volatile moves. So you know how we are in this 200 plus range in between like 24, 25k to as high as like 31,000, so it was just 200 days of going sideways, up, down before finally breaking out. But the fact that we're just in this 200 plus day range, I really don't think we're going to go into another 200 day range and just get stuck. Also from this month, we had a new Hedera Governing Council member, EDF Official or EDF Official. So this group based in Paris, France, building neutral energy future through electricity and innovative solutions and services. We have Zepsi in the HBAR community, the only state-owned energy provider of France and a leading energy provider in the UK. And HBAR Foundation actually retweeted this initial tweet of Danny just highlighting a proof of concept for Hedera. So we have EDF now joining the Hedera Governing Council next to FIS, Shinhan Bank, Google, IBM, Dell, DBS, one of the largest AUM banks in Singapore, Boeing, etc. We still have several spots available for any larger organizations that join the Governing Council in the future. And last but not least, we have iTrustCapital linked in the top of the YouTube video description and in the pinned comment. If you use the link below and create a free account, you get a $100 funding reward. So I've had a Roth IRA here with iTrustCapital for years for tax-free trading and investing in crypto. With a Roth IRA, all of my trades are 100% tax-free, so I'm paying 0% in capital gains rather than long-term or short-term capital gains, which could be 15% to as high as 37%. And just remember, as 2023 draws to a close, it's important to consider the IRA contribution timeline. If you haven't started your IRA contributions yet, know that the window opened on the 1st of this year and will remain open until tax day of 2024. So friendly reminder for anybody that wants to make their contributions for 2023. Once again, dozens of assets, Bitcoin, XRP, QNT, HBAR, and many more on the way. The platform is completely free, there's no hidden fees, no monthly fees, there's just a 1% transaction fee whenever you buy and sell. Over $7 billion in transactions, and just remember that this is in fact a qualified custodian. So feel free to check out the link in the top of the YouTube video description to learn more, or for anybody that's even considering just having a nest egg in the crypto asset class with a tax-free account. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.